statement. I'll just copy this, delete all this stuff, and do that. So here it can be any other operator which I just now showed you, so you can use it. So 1.sh, see here, both variables are different, so which is here. Why? Because 1 is not equal to 2, but if I make it 1 1 and see here, so it's a very simple things. But you know what, you can do multiple if statement also in shell conditioning. Multiple if statement, multiple conditions. Okay, so this is also, you can try it out. So to get it started, so here, see here, let's understand the pattern first. If, then echo abc, else, like this. So here okay, this is same thing. This is a then else, then some more examples I need. This is the one I need actually. So that way I need that program. So control so you can do, this is the multiple condition. So then echo abc elif, then echo abc else. This is the way also you can put it up. Okay, so if, then elif, then else, all this thing you can do that. By the way, I wanted to show you this one. Any idea what it will return? Let's say your $G is equal to 1 and $C, okay, just leave it because anyways it's there. So equal to, so $G is equal to 1 and C is equal to 1, 2, 3. Think and tell me. Okay, this is a test for you. So $G is 1, $G 1, 2, 3. So here what will be the return, whether true and false?
True.
Okay, why? So true and true is true. So this is a true, this is true, and ampersand, true and true, it will return true. But what about if I make it like this? Then true and false. Then what will return? True and false?
False.
False. Then it will not return this.
False.
Yeah. So truth table, I am sure you might have studied in the colleges. This is called truth table. No, not truth there, truth table. Okay, so this you might have studied. So that way you have to get little bit comfortable. True, false, and false. All these are images, but I want a simple image. This image is good. So I want this image. Okay, so accordingly you have to use this. See, A and B variable, A and B and or, and or jor. Okay, not equal to. So true, false, false, false. In case of and, true, false, true, true, false, true, false, true, false, and like that. And or you will have a different output as per the tables. So you hard code this one in your mind. It will be easier for you to work with the conditions. And by the way, it's not only the shell scripting, every scripting. Okay. So now we understood how do we copy this all this thing. I don't know. Okay. So how do we set the conditioning and stuff like that? Are you comfortable, all of you?
No.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So now last thing in the loop is, the shell scripting is looping. So what is a looping? So we have two options available in the loop. Looping in shell scripting. Okay. By the way, case statement and all is also there, but now it's up to you. How do you use it? So this is the loop options in the shell scripting: while, for, and until. Okay, until even hardly I have used it, but sometime you can use it. While and for is very popular. So what we do in this case? So go to the simple I need a shell scripting for loop example. for loop example. Okay, just I'll copy one simple things that is more than sufficient for me, and here it is, and go for this, and here this is the for loop. So I'll explain it to you here. So understand this. Here for this is the variable you're setting I, and how many times it will run. So here it's a list. By the way, this you can also do something like dot dot. This is also possible if you want to optimize more actually. So how many times this I will run? 5 times. This loop will run 5 times. So for I is equal to 1, I is equal to 2, I is equal to 3, 4, 5. 5 times it will run. Where set I, every time it will change the variable. And welcome to I times. So this is the simple. This is the way we can loop this. So let's say you have some list of files which you want to process, or list of variables which you want to process, or something like that. You can do that. Okay. So let me run this simple way to loop this. So vi for dot sh, or else I'll go for that one only. So here, and it will run 1 2 3 4 5. Simple. Okay. So some of the use cases also we can think of it when you have lots of, see, there is a option number 1. You have a 50 variables in the list, and for each option you want to run some commands, find commands, grep commands, SCT commands, or replacement commands, or some scripting you want to run. So instead of writing 50 times that one, 1 2 3 4 5, create a pattern and create a loop and then let it run. So that is the things you can do that. Now, so another thing you can see, shell scripting while loop.
I have a
While
one
loop.
question.
Yeah.
So we are like seeing like a loop condition, some kind of for loop, right? So how we can relate it to like the scripting in the DevOps environment? So do we have any scripting methods we are using the creating a scripts in the DevOps environment? I mean, while
Yes.
using tools, do we have
Let
any
me
class?
discuss the use cases after this. This is the last one. Okay, after this. So this is the while one. So there's one variable c is equal to 1. Here what we are saying, less than equal to. So if say c is less than equal to 5, do keep time. Till then this is 5, less than 5, keep printing it. This is a kind of loop, and break will happen, and you keep this here incrementing the operators. So C++, any idea what is a C++? Anyone? So this will add 1 plus 1.
1 plus 1.
Okay, so it will become a 2. So it will run first time. C is less than 5. That means yes, true. Then echo welcome to 1 times. After that, it will become a 2. Now, whether C is 2, yes, C is 2. So 2 is less than 5, yes. Then it will reach up to the 5 times, and then it will exit the loop. So this is something, let me show you. So vi and save it and run it. So this is the way you can run the loop. So if you want to learn any scripting for the sake of it, remember that 5 things you have to learn. I said very clearly, and that is, first thing, how to store the code. You know that, very simple. How to execute the code, which you know that. How to set the variable, which you know that. How to use operators, multiple operators. How to set the condition. How to set the loop. Now, last thing which I want to tell you, which is after the looping. Let's say I'll put it in this way. Let's say, imagine this is the problem. Okay, there's a problem. line number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, all these things, and 1500 lines, 1000 lines you have. Now 1000 lines you have, but you know one thing, out of it there is a duplicate code here. This is the duplicate code here. That means this is a duplicate code, this is the duplicate code, all these things. So how can we avoid the duplicate code? Anyone have any guesses how can we avoid the duplicate code? Code reusing, how can we do that? So guys, what we do in order to avoid the duplicate code, same code running again and again, okay, what we use, function.
By using functions, yes. Okay.
Wonderful, yes, we use a function. So now the question you should ask yourself, how to create a functions. So shell scripting, function example, duplicate code. This is an automation actually. It's not any programming practice. This is just to reuse the code. I'm not going to write again and again this code. So how to use it, that function code. So how to create a functions. So very simple, any tutorial you just copy, and here look at this very simple code. Here you have a this you understand by now, and here you are declaring the function. So hello is your function. How do we declare? This is the way, and anything inside this you can write, you can reuse it, anything, whatever, anything you I taught you, condition, looping, this, that, grep, sed, find, this, anything, ps, whatever you want to write in this you can write it, conditions and all. And then how do we run it? Function, simple, case sensitive, minded. Linux is case sensitive. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, all this thing I'm doing, copying and bi delete and function. So reusing capability, function. See, you want to call 2 times, I call 2 times. This I'm reusing, so I don't have to write again and again that same feature, and I'm just calling. So guys, this is the last topic in shell scripting. So what you learn, first please practice same way whichever I'm telling you. Don't deviate from the topic. Here, how to set, how to write, how to set function in shell scripting. So these are the things you have to practice it. And then once you get comfortable, that was very easy, you saw that. Then after that, let's talk about the use cases. Are you comfortable? Any questions you have? Any questions which you have? Hello?
No.
No, no, looks
Okay,
good.
so then you must be thinking, okay, I understood a little bit of at a high level here and there and all this scripting, but how can you use it in your DevOps practice? So see guys, it's up to you. Where do you use it? In your daily. So you'll have a challenges. My rule is very simple. My rule is very simple. And the rule is, if I do any work more than 2 times, that means you create a bash script. Okay, why? Because bash script will take little less time, guys, compared to other one. If I do the work more than 20 times, then please write Ansible script. Because here time saving is not important, but here when you run 20 times in a day or repeating that stuff, then I want to save times actually. So here I'll just put it in this way: 2 times, each time you run this script 5 minutes. So how much time it takes? 10 minutes. But here I'm running 20 times. 20 times. So 2 is to 2 is to what? No. 20 is to, no? 20 is to 5 minutes. So how much minutes? 100 times. I'm not going to spend 100 times. So that is where you need Ansible. Now you'll say, Rajesh, how can Ansible will save time? That I'll teach you in Ansible class. Okay, are you understanding? All of you?
Yes.
Yeah. So now I will give you some of the common use cases. This rule please follow. I follow the same way. So it's not like we all are human. We are not supposed to manual work in a repetitive way. Others, what is the difference between, so you should automate it. You are supposed to do very innovative work somewhere, something which should be having learning required, right? So like that. Now I'll tell you some of the use cases, so you will understand this. So one of the use cases which you use for the writing script, there is a disk is filling with log file. Disk is filling with a log file. You need to clean up. So you'll write a script for it, cleaning up the log files, only keeping the today's and yesterday's log, and the rest of the string to be clean up. How do we write a script? You know that all the commands you have to practice it, because Linux command is nothing but a collections of command. I mean, script is nothing but a collection of command. There's one more. There is a log file. In that error you want to capture only error and send to email or something, whatever it is. So grep command, remember that I told you grep command will help you, set command will help you, awk command will help you, find command will help you, and then, but you'll say, Rajesh, how can I send an email? Actually, you can send an email also. Yes. How? There is an email utility, lots of utility for Linux. I did not cover that one, but yeah, there is a mail to, is not there, email, mail is not there, send, mail is there. So these all are utilities actually. Some of them are not there, some of them there. You can install it. So here, list of, understand that, list of email commands in Linux. Hell lot of you have it. See, GNA email utils, so many utils are there. It's up to you which one you are using. Right now in my machine, send email is there. Getting your points, all of you. This is mail command. See how do you install it and all stuff like that. See, this is the way you send an email. This is the command. So you'll say, Rajesh, without SMTP you can send. Yes, you can send it actually. You don't need SMTP server. Linux, if it is in public domain, you can send an email to you and me, being any one person. Make sense, guys, all of you? Hello? Hello?
Yes. Yeah, Rajesh.
Now, write your deployment script. Yes, I don't know what kind of deployment you are doing. I don't know. But your deployment doing what? You are writing. I'll give you some simple logic. Simple logic to understand. Install HTTPD server. Copy this file, that file in this location. In this location, I'm just giving you pseudocode. Start the service. Start a service. How you write this script? Service. Condition. Start the service if service is not running. Correct. This is the condition. If you know that. If you want to run multiple conditions for multiple services for service name, start a service. I'm giving you logic. Services. Yes. Getting your points, all of you. So how do we install this HTTP server? I'll tell you. Yum install HTTPD. How do you copy the services? CP file name to destination. How do you start the services? Systemctl. The spelling mistake, please avoid it. Start HTTPD. Getting the logic, all of you? Hello?
Yes, right.
So anything you do, very simple rule. If you want to understand the use cases, don't ask anyone. Go back to your desk, see that Linux, and see that what things you are doing manually. If you more than 2 times, write a bash script. Simple. More than 20 times, end of the next month, I'll teach you Ansible. Okay, so this is some of the use cases. So hundreds of use cases are there, guys. Hundreds of each. Installing Tomcat, installing Apache, setting up the MySQL server, setting up the Oracle, setting up this, setting up that, deploying your applications, removing the file system cleanup, system monitoring. A lot of things you have. So use cases are unlimited, depends on your requirement and wish and will. No one, you see, your manager will not tell you what to write and what not to write. You have to find out your own work. Your manager will only take care of like if system is working or not, running or not. But you need to find out whether you are really spending time or saving time. So understood all of you? The shell scripting or bash scripting, all of you? Any doubts?
This is the bash and shell scripting, both are same, right?
Both are same. I'll tell you in this very simple way. Basically, don't get confused with the bash and shell. Shell is for human to interact. Human to interact with what? Kernel. Because kernel interact with the hardware. Correct, no? Right now?
Yes.
Over the period of time, we got a multiple shell for me. What is the first shell? SSH. Then we got a conch shell. She shell we got it also. I never used, but I read it in books while studying graduation and all. Then we got a bash shell. Now this bash shell is being used most popularly in our environment. So when you say shell scripting, that means, or bash scripting, for me it's the same actually. Make sense?
Yeah. The both are same.
Yeah. This is conch shell, starting with K, I guess. I've never used, by the way. I use SH, which is a very core to Unix, and I use the bash. Okay, so like that. Any other questions, guys?
Thanks for watching. Want to study further? Join our training programs today.